What's up guys, good Sheriff 4 here, also known as Richard Manzo, and today we're going to be talking about the Justice League. So yes guys, now DC's been having a huge thing with the Justice League in London. Basically all the press got to go and see the sets, see the costumes, see all the cool scenes and stuff like that. Wish I could have been there, of course I'm not there though. But anyway, so new announcements and details for the film have also been released, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now before we get on to the Justice League stuff though, I just want to mention something Ben Affleck said. Ben Affleck is directing the new solo Batman movie coming up, and basically what he said is that he's not 100% happy with the script they've written. So basically he's just going back and reworking that. But that's really the only information we have for that so far. DC has also been stressing though how this is going to be a much lighter and brighter tone than Batman v Superman. I guess because it will put a lot of people off. Zack Snyder was talking about it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Now on to the Justice League stuff. Now they did release a synopsis for the film. I'm not going to read it off for you guys. I can paraphrase it better. But basically what it says is that Batman, inspired by Superman's selfless acts, works with Wonder Woman basically to gather and recruit all the different metahumans such as Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, and hope to stop the new threat coming, but they possibly might be too late. Now, they did actually cover this in Batman v Superman at the end, when both Bruce and Diana were talking at the funeral and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny to think that Bruce is playing both the Nick Fury and Tony Stark in this situation, where he's recruiting them and also funding them. But anyway, speaking of Batman and Flash, a lot of people have also been talking about the scene that a lot of people saw, where basically Bruce is talking to Barry and showing him the lazy email videos we saw from Batman v Superman, and Barry's basically denying it. So what he does is that Bruce throws a batarang at him. He catches it, but the funny part about this is that apparently this is the way Barry figures out that he's Batman. And he also says, "Can I keep it?" after, he catches it, which I think is kind of funny. As well as the scene with Flash and Batman, people have also described a scene where J.K. Simmons and the rest of the Justice League are standing on top of a rooftop in Gotham. I don't know what they're talking about, probably things that the Justice League talks about. Now, I've also heard a lot of things for the costumes. Basically, Batman's costume is going to stay the same, except I've heard kind of a bluish tint, kind of like an homage to the original comics and stuff like that. So that should actually be pretty cool to see. And also, I've heard something of a tactical suit. I've heard it from one guy, the one source. I haven't heard from any others, so don't take my word for it. And as for Wonder Woman's suit, I've just heard that they basically amped the colors up, just like they did with Superman's costume from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman. Just the colors are a bit more vibrant, and stuff like that. The reds and the blues and the shiny gold and stuff, so that should be pretty cool. As for Aquaman's costume, I've also heard that the gold is a bit shinier, and he does have more green to him, although we didn't get to see him, as well as I would have liked to. In Batman v Superman, we saw him in the water, it was very dark and stuff like that, but basically they're just also amping up the colors for that. Now, as for Flash, though, Flash really gets me excited because apparently it's a prototype that he stole from NASA, which is pretty cool because it does make sense he can't build a suit that can, sustain his speed and stuff like that. So that should be pretty interesting. And the reason why I don't mention Cyborg is because I haven't heard anything about Cyborg, his costume. I don't think he was actually in the costume. Like, Ben Affleck was actually talking with reporters in the costume, which I thought was pretty funny to hear. There's also news of vehicles like the Batmobile, which is basically just going to get more gadgets and stuff like that, and the Flying Fox, which is, I think, essentially going to serve as the twin jet, from the Marvel movies for this universe. Basically, it can hold all of the Justice League and also the Batmobile, and the new vehicle, which is Nightcrawler, I think it's called, basically it just has like spider legs. It's kind of like an off-roading Batmobile. I also believe that the Nightcrawler can hold 3 Justice League members, but again, don't quote me on that. Now, we also do have news of Willem Dafoe, and if you think about it, it's kind of funny because they're just basically taking all of the Marvel characters, like, the Marvel actors, but from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man universe. So they have, like, J.K. Simmons for Jim Gordon, and now Willem Dafoe, who's going to be playing a character named Velko, who I guess is a former Atlantean, who now lives on the surface. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that character, so, yeah. Zack Snyder also talked about Superman, though, in his appearance in the film. He said if he does appear, it's going to affect the story big time. It'll be something big. Come on, we all know Superman's going to appear in the film, probably for the 3rd act, but I actually do have a theory for this. My theory is that Superman is going to be resurrected by some force or entity, or, maybe it'll just be like the comics, like he's healing, but, basically, my theory is that he's going to turn bad, and the way that might happen is that something might happen to Lois, because if you guys remember in Batman v Superman with the flashback with Flash, he screamed to Bruce, Lois is the key, and of course that's referencing Injustice Gods Among Us. If you guys haven't checked out that game or the comic, they're actually pretty good, I like it. Anyway though, if that does happen, that will probably be setting up for Justice League Part 2, because it is going to be 2 parts. But again, that's just a theory, that's my theory, how Superman is going to turn bad just like he did, in the actual movie, in the flash forward sequences. We also see, the dark side stuff, the parademons. But anyway guys, speaking of Darkseid, the new villain has been announced, and it is not Darkseid. No, it is actually Steppenwolf. But we actually have seen Steppenwolf before in that weird video Warner Brothers released about 2 days after Batman v Superman was released. A lot of people were theorizing it was him, and it is him, and also the mother boxes. But as for Steppenwolf, he's a new god from the New God storyline. He's also served with Darkseid many other times and stuff like that. But that's really all I know. I don't know that much about Steppenwolf either. But, and the mother boxes, for the mother boxes, I actually do know quite a bit about them. I'm pretty sure that Darkseid uses them to kind of travel to different planets or dimensions and stuff like that. They'll definitely expand more on it in the film, though. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. Like I said, I know a little about this stuff. I don't know about Steppenwolf and stuff like that, too much about that. I know just the bare bones about that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, though. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, enjoy this video. Also, guys, though, tell me down below, what do you guys think? What are you guys most excited for? Tell me, who are you most excited for? But yeah, guys, go ahead and tell me down below. But also, though, if you guys have seen my channel before, you guys might notice I am trying to put more Marvel and DC stuff out. I really love this stuff. I really love the comic book genre and stuff like that, the movies and all that. So I'm really trying to do that. I primarily do Kaiju and Godzilla stuff and, other stuff along the way, but I'm really trying to do more of that, so it would really help if you guys would click that subscribe button. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much for watching again, as always, and Gojira54 out.